Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're live. We've got a special guest actually coming all the way from Eastern Europe over in Belgrade. And we get a chance to interview him. We're going to pull back the curtains and learn how this young man is knocking it out of the park, buying properties from Europe, 100% remote, buying them in the United States of America. And when I first heard about how his performance was going and how well he was doing, I'm like, yes, kind of cheering him on inside. I didn't actually get to talk to him until maybe like 6 months or so ago. But what impressed me the most is that while some people inside the United States of America struggle, like hit roadblocks, things like that, this young man that you're about to meet literally just plowed through those, like just didn't let those barriers stop him. And so I was so impressed by that. Like he's been an inspiration in the community. He's been an inspiration in our office, and we get a chance to interview him. So, Mr. Ilya, how you doing, man?
Awesome, man. Thank you for the nice words.
Yeah, Ilya, number one, you astound me. You really do. I meant every word that I said, like knowing your background, and I want to pull that out while we talk to everybody. But knowing your background and knowing like what you've done, this is quite the journey. So let's take us back a little bit before you jumped into this whole real estate investing world. What were you doing? What was life like?
It was pretty different back then. I was studying law for 4 years here in Belgrade. Uh, that went actually great. I loved the whole idea of studying when you're preparing for one exam, and then you have like 30 days to get to hit that small goal. Like depending on how the difficult the exam is. I always loved that challenge where you have 30 days to prepare and then you finish the one and then it's the best feeling ever, like those small wins,
Yeah,
and then when you finish it, it's just like snowballs there. And I
so
was doing that
you were
for
knocking
four
out
years
you were knocking out one exam per month,
at a time. Yeah.
roughly, and getting
Yeah.
these small wins and rolling. Okay,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
That was my life for 4 years basically.
And then why didn't you keep going on that life? What happened?
Yeah, so me and Marco, we my friend that that works with you in SMB, he showed me one day when I stopped by his house, and he told me, "Hey, I know that he knew that my two loves were always real estate and law, obviously more of a law because I was doing it for 4 years. But I always loved the whole idea of real estate, and I was always telling him about it. And then he just showed me, hey man, you can do real estate remotely. You don't have to be local into the United States to be selling real estate. Uh, he just showed me basically one of your videos where you basically predicted the whole thing that is happening right now with the inflation, everything, basically everything that's happening now. You were telling that a year ago. So I just trusted you. Uh, I trusted Marco. And at the time, my mom had around, yeah, around that money that we decided to invest. She had that in the bank, and she was also very smart. She knew that we needed to invest somewhere, and she always told me, "You pick whatever you want. I will trust you, and we will do it," because she knew that money is losing value when it sits in the bank. And I saw your presentation about the inflation and everything, and I just came up to her. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to invest into this course. Uh, I wasn't 100% sure, to be honest, when I told her that. I mean, I was excited and I was like, okay, maybe she will say no. Like there is small chance, and then I might get like relieved in some sense. But she just got out of bed and she told me, okay, we're going to do it tomorrow. Like I trust you. At least we're going to invest into something uh, that you are going that will depend on you, like from your work, like if they're going to show you something how to do it, if you if you fail, at least you tried. At least it's not like some crypto or something like that where it's basically not dependent on you. It's a funny thing to invest into. But that was, I thank God, because that was a previous thing I wanted to get into before Marco showed it to me. And thank God I didn't put my money there. Rather, I invested into you, into the real estate world, and yeah, that's how the whole journey started, basically.
And what would you say? And by the way, that's a very brave move. Like when I went to my parents, this is going back 2 decades now, but I told my mom that I was going to leave the thing that I was doing. And at that time, I worked at Target at a corporate job, and I had 401k, medical, dental, all that stuff. My mom said, "Are you sure? Because you have all this stuff. This doesn't make sense." And I'm very, very, very happy for you. My mom loved me, by the way. Like, but sometimes love is expressed through holding on, trying to keep someone from doing harm to themselves, even though they don't really know and understand. Anyways, we plowed forward, and the rest is kind of history. We've done a lot of properties since then, but you had to take a bigger leap of faith. This is not just like in your backyard. This is international, big one. Okay, so what was the number one obstacle that you faced to close a deal?
To close a deal, wow.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what the biggest obstacle is. It's more of like small obstacles and then small wins, and then it kind of stacks up together until we close the deal. So I can't remember what the biggest obstacle was. I mean, to be honest, like thinking right now, it will probably be the mindset.
Yeah, just in your head.
Yeah, like if we know that we're going to hit our goal no matter what, if we truly believe that in our heart, and then every obstacle that occurs, it's not an obstacle. It's just something we need to solve, and then we move forward. So if I had even better mindset, like each day grinding it out, then that would be like, if something could be fixed, then it's the mindset, because we always need to remind ourselves about the about the end goal that we're trying for.
Yeah.
So,
Ilya, do you remember one of the times when maybe you went to a coach for help, or one of the things that popped up as a challenge that you wanted someone to look at?
how about every day when I was going to the class? I mean, I can probably tell you like a million times when I was at the coaching calls. I mean, I probably, for every call, I wanted to have some kind of a question
That's smart. That's really
written
smart.
down, just because okay, we have it, it's here. Maybe it's a good idea to use it. So good thing is that you guys always told us there's no dumb question. Like for me, it was silly. I don't know, like what is the ARV? What is the market value? What does on market mean? What
Yeah.
does, I don't know.
The,
What
the,
does, who
these
is
are
the
these are
realtor?
these are real life questions. I mean, I didn't know what the heck ARV, what the heck is that? I mean, who would know that? That's not like normal vocabulary, let alone it being English versus Serbian. Like, so these are great questions.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah, that's so a bunch of questions, and
so
that's
it's safe to say that like obstacle wise and challenges, you had to go through everything. You had to like learn it from ground level all the way up. Had you ever closed a U.S. real estate deal before?
before joining the course.
Yeah.
No. I literally didn't know uh, how it's done. Like I didn't know one single thing about real estate.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So here's the thing that people get nervous about. It's presenting either to a seller or to a buyer, like pitching the idea of working with you, signing a contract with you. Could
Mhm.
you tell us what it's really like to present an offer to a seller and get them to say yes?
What it's really like? That's a good question. It's a conversation.
Yeah, what does that mean?
A lot of conversation, I think.
Yeah.
Just asking them about their situation, listening to them, and seeing if we can help them out with their current situation.
Okay. Was it nerve-wracking for you?
For
Hard?
me, yeah, it was very nerve-wracking. I remember first deal I found a first real estate deal,
Yeah.
and then we got that deal calculator that we need to put all those little points
Yeah.
about the deal itself. And I remember I was very nervous, even filling that sheet out. I didn't want to paste it and ask coaches what they think to help me analyze it. So if that was hard, talking with the first seller was like really hard. I was thinking I didn't want to do it basically, but yeah, like I really can't remember the first conversation. I think I know what the first conversation was, and it was just stuttering, reading of some script or something, and I think it went okay for the first time. Okay for the first time.
How'd you overcome that fear? How'd you get through that so that you could keep going and make offers?
Just with constant with constantly talking to the sellers and agents, wholesalers, kind of getting to know the language better, like real estate the language.
Mm-hmm.
I think that helped a bunch.
Okay. Do you remember how long it took you to get your first deal done?
Yes, it was actually probably after I would say 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
I
So,
got the first deal done.
so your first month, it sounds like you had to learn the whole world, learn
Yeah.
vocabulary, learn everything. And then you got into second month where you're starting
Mhm.
to really present and get going and whatnot.
Mhm.
But a couple months in, 0 to deal. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I think at the second month I got the property signed contract.
Mhm.
That was the first one, but I didn't get to close on it. I couldn't find the right buyer. I did have another one, and then at the third month I closed the deal, and it was
Yeah.
really hectic story. Like buyer found, we can't show it anymore. Like bad tenant situation or something. We can't go in. Like there's 2 more days in the inspection, or actually 1 more day. And I got a call from one buyer, and he told me, "Hey, I saw that you posted this. I just drove by it for one of my properties. I'm really interested in checking it out." And I told him, "Hey, listen, man. Sorry to tell you that, but we can't show it to you. Like, there is no way we can show it to you, so you can't buy it probably. Only sight unseen." And he told me, "Okay, I bought from auctions before, so that is no stranger to me. If the price is right, send me pictures and we'll discuss it more." And he literally agreed to our price, and we sold it to him without even seeing the property. So that was my first like.
Okay,
cool.
so you've never seen the property, obviously, because you're in a
No.
different country. Okay, and now you got an investor that wants in on the deal that's also never seen the property.
Yeah.
I got this right?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, that's funny.
Wow. You know,
I never thought of it that way, but that is true.
It's crazy what this world has become. Really has. It's become different. I remember when my grandpa bought an apartment building. I wasn't old enough to remember, but I've heard stories about it. And he looked every inch of that building. He was like measuring the cracks between the bricks, like really wanted to know that thing. Nowadays, it's so much different. So much different. Okay. Hey, I got another question for you, Ilya. a lot of people think in their mind like there's a certain cost to getting a deal done. And I just want to know from you, from your perspective, how much money do you really need to close on a real estate deal?
I can tell you that I didn't invest money out of my pocket for any of the deals I closed.
So you didn't have to like put up $10,000 per house or anything like that to get the
No,
house?
no.
Okay. So then the next question would be, well, what about the earnest money? There's the sellers want some kind of deposit, all that kind of stuff. How'd you handle that?
Actually, you showed it to me. I mean, you guys obviously you showed me everything, so I'm not going to say that you guys showed it to me because everything I know was learned from you. So no need in saying that anymore. We just put into our purchase agreements that we use with our sellers that our contract is contingent upon inspection, and that the earnest money is given after the inspection. So if we have, let's say, 2 weeks inspection and $500 deposit, that is only after we found our buyer who is going to put that earnest money in for us. So we don't need, and I've never personally used my earnest money deposit on any of the deals.
Okay, Ilya, you just gave a $10,000 tip there, and I want everyone that catches this live and or the replay to type $10,000 tip in the comments. Why? Because you'll remember this much more. If you just like listen to this stuff and then don't actually like type it and absorb this stuff, you'll forget about it 2 weeks from now. And what Ilya just gave you is literally probably a $100,000 tip, but we'll call it a $10,000 tip. I remember at one point when I was doing a lot of properties, like early in my game, when I first figured out how to scale, and I was closing them left and right, but I felt like I was broke. And I went to my bookkeeper at the time and I'm like, where's all the money? Like, haven't we been closing deals? Like, where is all the money? And she's like, well, you got $5,000 earnest money over here. You got a $10,000 earnest money here. You got 2,500 on this property. And I'm like, ah. And that's when I went to my mentor at the time and I'm like, I can't keep doing this. Like, I'll go broke in earnest money. And he's like, well, why don't you do it this way? And the way that you just got from Ilya right there, that's a $10,000 tip right there. So $10,000, just remember that $10,000 tip. Jessica, Nancy, awesome. Cool. Okay, cool. How many hours per week do you find yourself working deals like this? A lot of people wonder like, hey, how long does it really take?
I guess it depends. I love real estate. I wouldn't do anything else right now.
So wait, you're not going to go back to law school?
No. Only if my grandma is watching, but she doesn't know English, so I'm not going back to law school. That's for sure.
Did you make a promise to grandma?
Yeah, but just kidding. Just because I have 2 exams left, probably at some point I might finish law school, but it doesn't concern me at the moment.
Okay. I love it, man. I love it. Go all in on what you love. Okay. Tell us what you've been up to recently. What kind of real estate deals have you been working on?
Recently, a bunch of different deals we've been working on. Recently closed 2 properties. Actually, that happened in 1 week, like probably 2 weeks ago. That happened in 1 week. So we got 2 properties closed in 1 week. I love to say it. I love how it sounds. It sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That happened. I mean, a lot of stuff. Like I recently, one of my buddies, he works as a sales guy. Guy I've known from my childhood, and I showed him like, hey man, this is what we do. This is real estate, and he told me, man, just show me how to do it. I want to learn it. And I heard you say that we should network with realtors more. So I didn't know exactly what that meant. I don't know what you meant by that now, but he just started networking with realtors, and he got a $3.2 million apartment building, like off market.
So wait a second. So you showed a friend how to
Yeah,
do this, and right off of that, so you learned it, and then you taught it, and he just got a $3.2 million deal.
yeah. That's crazy. That's off market. That's off market. He
Yeah.
found it like a referral, and then he wanted to learn the other side of finding buyers. Not necessarily for that one, because at the time I didn't know any buyers. I mean, I know a few guys, but they weren't interested in something like this. And he, through Facebook, found a buyer that is now interested in purchasing this, and we're negotiating. We're in the middle of negotiations with him about that one.
Yeah.
He already went there, saw the property. We're just waiting on some stuff, because it's different when you're negotiating a $3 million deal, I guess. So, but that was a huge win. Like, that happened probably over the weekend, actually. So
Yeah.
that's really nice.
Ilya, you got some fan power. You got Graham Solomon listening in. You got Jessica Meddy listening in right now. They're cheering you on. Nancy's here. Rodney's here. You got a whole bunch of people. They don't come when I'm here alone. So I don't know what you got going on, this whole international thing, but you got some star power. Cool.
Thank you, everyone. And thanks to Graham, especially. When I was going through the course, I didn't get to talk to anyone about it. That was kind of my. I just wanted to have someone to talk to about real estate, because no one knew what I was doing except for one or two friends, my mom. Everybody knew that I wasn't doing law at the moment. I wasn't studying. I was doing something else, and I didn't get to speak to anyone at the moment, like just about business. And at the time, Graham, who is in Australia, he helped me out a bunch. We talked for an hour. Like, I remember it was Friday night, like 11 p.m. my time, and we just talked about an hour or hour and a half, and that I will forever remember that from Graham. That meant a lot to me at the time.
Graham's a stupendous. I'm stuttering on my words, but he's a stupendous man. He's got a big heart. He's done very, very good things. I'm excited for where he's going to. Oh, cool. Okay, so a lot of people watching this also get freaked out by the fact that they have to talk to an investor at some point, a buyer, a cash investor, whatever you want to call them. And so people get nervous with that. Have you ever had that, or if you didn't, what did you do just to overcome it?
Talking with the buyers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, it was easier talking with the buyer, because at the end of the day, we're providing them something. If it's a good property, then we have all the value, and they're the ones that are going to profit out of the whole. I mean, we are going to profit obviously as well, but they're going to profit even more. So it was always simple talking with buyers in general.
I love your mindset on this. Okay, so what Ilya is teaching here, let me see if I can put us both here. What Ilya is teaching here is this concept where Ilya is very confident. You guys can see that and feel that when he's talking right here. And he's developed this confidence as a person, as a human being. And it plays a big factor if you're going to take a deal. So let's just pretend that you got this property and you got to come up somehow with $400,000 for it. And here's you. And we don't want you to spend all of your money out of your pocket. It means you're going to have to go to another human being that has money. Okay. Sometimes we call these buyers, sometimes we call them cash investors. It depends on what you plan to do with it. But one way or another, you got to be able to communicate to them that you got this deal and you'd like them to put their money into this deal with you. And some people get nervous with that, but you have to remember what Ilya just said, that you're actually helping them. You're serving them. Serve right here. You're providing a service. Okay. So if you remember that, then you're like 90% of the way there. You're actually serving them. You're helping them. And in your experience, Ilya, like, are the folks that have money that get into properties like this, are they like mean to you? Are they okay? Like, how do you feel in general?
No. Complete opposite. They're successful people, and they're doing the very I don't know how to say it, like good stuff with their money. They're smart. They know. They almost 99% of the time they're good people, and they're easy to talk to and easy to work with.
Cool. Hey, what would you wish you would have known before you started your real estate journey? Is there anything, if we put you back in time, like, is there anything you wish you would have known before you jumped in?
I mean, I know that anything is possible. I can't say that I would have. I wanted to know that because I know that I know even before that anything is possible. What could have I know? I can't remember of one particular thing that.
You're good. Okay. Do you recollect what maybe your biggest mistake was on your journey so far?
Biggest mistake?
Yeah, we want to learn from you. We don't want to make those. Everybody likes to talk about the fluff and the happy side, but I want to learn the juicy stuff. I want everybody listening to like really get the gold from you.
Yeah. Gosh. I mean, there were also so many mistakes, but what was the biggest one? I also can't remember what the biggest one would be.
No mistake. No mistakes, Ilya. What? Come on.
No. There were so many mistakes, like daily mistakes. I mean, I make mistakes literally when I wake up. I'm probably by 10 a.m. I made like 5 mistakes. First one is I didn't go to gym at the time I wanted. I didn't get my clothes in for the gym. I forgot to put something into my calendar. But like the biggest one, I just don't know what the biggest one would be. I can text it to you later, but I really can't remember of one particular like big one.
That sounds good. We'll have you come back and pull more nuggets from you after you get a little further down the road too. This is awesome. And if anyone has like hesitations about doing real estate or doing it the way that we taught you in this process, what would you say to them?
I would say that if you believe in yourself, that you should invest into yourself.
Powerful. It's powerful. I would draw that kind of like this in regards to like where you should invest. This is the journey that I found most helpful for me. There's basically 3 steps to this. The first step is you invest in you. Okay. I just had, we do our CPA tax prep, all that kind of stuff this time of year. And he's asking me if I want to put money into my 401k, if I want to put it there, all that kind of stuff. And my answers go like this, depending on where you're at financially and all that kind of stuff. Your first investment should be into you. I have made a better ROI right here than on any other spot in my life. By far. It's the best ROI I could ever make. And then the second spot, once you've invested in you and you feel like you've obtained the knowledge, like, by the way, for me, I never stop. I keep reinvesting. I find new cutting edge stuff. I find new mentor, like I'm constantly growing. I won't let myself stay still. So I'm always investing into me. And then the second spot is to get cash flowing properties. Okay. At the point where you're ready and you can have passive income coming to you, this is an awesome spot. Okay. And then the third one, this is called syndications. Okay. What this is are like the really big apartment buildings, the big office buildings, things like that. You might not necessarily be the operator on these. Like this one, usually the folks that are running them, they're very, very experienced. They're doing big projects, all that kind of stuff. But this gets you into a spot where you've got truly passive income and you've got major tax benefits. We don't have time to cover all the tax benefits tonight, but I recommend that that's kind of the progression. But always start first with you, just like Ilya. So Ilya, you're a wise man. I know that. You already know that. That's why you were in law school already. You were heading down a really good path, and you can still finish that path if you want to finish it. But you keep investing in yourself, and that's why you keep growing. So tremendous example for the world, man.
Thank you for the kind words. I mean, I had the best mentor, so I can't
Awesome.
complain.
I'm excited. I hope that we get to have you in the United States of America, and we can rock out doing something. Are you going to come to the United States anytime?
Yeah, I'm planning to. I wanted to go to Florida actually,
Yeah.
and to Kansas City because I wanted to meet my partner there, to meet everyone that I work with in Kansas City as well. So that's why Kansas City is on my list as well. With Florida.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, when you come to Florida, let me know, especially if we're having an event. Like, I'd love to have you down, even if not, then come say hello. And there's actually a few people that are scoping out Florida really close to me because the hurricane hit here 3 or 4 weeks ago. And there's a lot of distressed inventory that's hitting the market right now. So there's a lot of opportunity right here in my backyard, which hasn't been the case for like 3 years. It's been like so overinflated. Now all of a sudden there's a ton of inventory out there.
Yeah, that's amazing. I one of so the other friend that also is teaching that is also learning real estate. We were just today discussing of what we can do, and he picked Florida. He wants to try out Florida. So if you see him somewhere on Facebook, maybe just know that it's my friend.
Awesome. Awesome. I want to do one quick thing, and then I want to say thank you and let everybody go. For those of you that want to know this stuff, next week we've got a 3-day event. It's probably the last one that we'll be able to squeeze in before the holidays, because once the holidays happen, like the rest of the year is kind of a crapshoot. Everybody gets nice and busy. So next week I'm bringing Kate Whetstone. She's one of the coaches in the program. She's closed over 500 deals virtually, never left her home office. I'm bringing Chris Strickland, who's closed over 1,600 real estate deals, and we're teaching this whole thing, 3 days. For a VIP ticket where you actually get to come backstage with me, with Kate, with Chris, and get all of your personal questions answered, literally be face-to-face on Zoom, that's $47. I'm not doing it for the $47. It's actually going to our nonprofit called Home Invest Kids. So 100% of the net proceeds go towards the kids and the focus that we're working on with them. So if you're able to come and learn for some of it, part of it, all of it, I'd love to have you. It's homeinvestschool.com. I'll try to get that over in the comments. Sometimes it doesn't always come through, but it's homeinvestschool.com. Cool. Ilya, you are a treasure, sincerely. Like the inspiration, I don't know if you know this yet or not, but the inspiration that you provide as a young man living in another country, making this business happen in America, this is like, you're going to make newspapers. You're going to lift people up with it. So we appreciate you coming and sharing, man. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Nate. And I don't believe I'm that kind of inspiration. I see some of my friends that are at much higher level than me, and I just want to get close to them step by step. So, but thank you. But I learned from the best, and I hope that I can get a little closer to you, maybe one day, just one step closer to you.
You're well on your path. You know, it took me 11 months to close my first deal. So when I hear you say I did it in 2 months, and I hear people all the time, 30 days, 40 days, 60 days, somewhere in that range, and it took me 11 months, and I keep thinking to myself, gosh, what did I do wrong? I'm just stubborn. I won't quit. So I probably should have quit, but I wouldn't, and I stayed in it. Oh, I love this. If you as a viewer got a nugget from this, or maybe a $10,000 nugget, please let Ilya know in the chat. He lit it up. You've already got people saying thank you, Ilya, all the way across the world. Big hugs to you, man. Thank you for coming on, especially since it's 3 a.m. your time. All right, thanks, Ilya. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. See you,
Bye.
Nate.